Welcome to World Cup two-man bobsledding on Speed Channel, the final World Cup race of the year, the 7th event. Hi, everybody. I'm John Morgan, joined by Ron Ringeth in the beautiful Igls, Austria, right above Innsbruck, site of the 1976 Winter Olympic Games. Our second and final heat here at the two-man bobsled competition. Here's the favorites.
Pierre Luders of Canada, Christoph Langen, Andre Lange, the two Germans, Torres, USA 1, and Ivo Ruek.
These five guys will be the ones challenging for the podium, but it's Pierre Luders with the big story today. He's the World Cup leader, 201 points. And Luders has got to be sharp today because this guy here, Christoph Langen, is lurking. He's back only by 4 points. Langen has to win by 2 places, or 3 places, to capture the World Cup title. This guy here, though, Andre Lange, he's won on this track last year, both the 2 and the 4-man. He's back at 3rd place in World Cup points.
Theoretically, both Torres and Andre Lange can also win the total World Cup, but normally it's between Pierre Luders of Canada and Christoph Langen.
Ivo Ruek's been coming on since the St. Moritz when he had 2 bronze medals in that competition, and the 2 and the 4. He's the Swiss favorite, hopeful for today.
But it's between those 2 guys, Pierre Luders and Christoph Langen, a match race.
Yeah, here's the World Cup standings. This is it. You can see those 2 guys are battling now. Langen won the last World Cup race in Cortina to put himself in this position. Lange pretty much out of it. It's really a 2-horse race for this World Cup title. Todd Hayes back at 4th place. He's been around the podium a lot. 1 World Cup victory in the season. Zubkov, the Latvian Gatis Guts, has been coming on. Evgeny Popov, another Russian in there.
Thijs Höpfner, only 14th, Germany 3. Some Swiss friends here. Fans of Martin Annen. And the weather, air plus 2.5. The ice minus 5.5. But quite good weather here today.
So we come back after the break. It's the U.S. Bob Force. Mike Kahn, Steve Holcomb, and Todd Hayes challenge the rest of the world. Stay with us.
Just got a lot more affordable during the Subaru all-wheel drive away.
Subaru, driven by what's inside.
If the risk of back pain keeps you from moving anything heavy, call this number and we'll show you how the DR Power Wagon moves heavy loads without straining your back. The DR Power Wagon is self-propelled, so it powers through soft, wet soils. Simply guide it and the pivoting rear caster wheel turns on a dime. The Power Wagon is so rugged, you can easily carry 800 pounds uphill and dump the load exactly where you want. It's perfect for firewood, landscaping, taking care of animals, building projects, all your everyday chores. So why risk straining your back moving heavy loads the hard way? Save your back. Call 1-800-482-9966 for your free DR Power Wagon catalog and video. Call now and try out a DR Power Wagon risk-free. Factory direct savings are now in effect, so call 1-800-482-9966. Online at drpowerwagon.com.
DR is professional power for homeowners.
I'm a control freak, and I wouldn't want to do anything like smoking where I may not be in control of myself. It's an addictive habit. If you want to be rebellious and you want to do something different from what all the other kids do, just find something you have a passion in, like sports, and push yourself as far as you can. Bobsledding is fast. It's exhilarating. You're going 85 miles an hour, pulling up to 4 or 5 G. I couldn't be an elite athlete if I smoked. Don't start smoking.
Welcome back to Igls, Austria, where they've been sliding bobsledding here for about 50 years. The old natural track was used for the 64 Winter Olympic Games, and the 76 Games, they built a brand new track, which we're sliding on now.
That's
Here's our jury.
Meviu, Hans Frank from Germany, Sepp Heidacher from Austria, who's running the FIBT Bob schools.
Well, those Bob schools have been successful. Numbers of competitors. Here's the track. Short 1,200-meter track, 14 corners, very slow at the top. Look at the records. They've been around since '99. Don't really have great ice here today. Now we're going to give you an idea of the camera, and we're going to show you how these guys drive. There's no steering wheel in these sleds, but this is pretty well queued up. So, again, not the guy who steers the most that wins. It's the guy who steers the least. Watch the little tiny way that they steer these sleds down the track.
Curve 1, curve 2.
They're going real slow up here, Ron. They really speed trap there. That's for when you have a great start time. You get in the sled, settle down to make no mistakes. Around 50 kilometers is what you're going to need for a great speed up here. Real slow up here. You're still going,
2, 5. That's a part of the track where you make the speed, actually.
Yeah. And now your second speed track before the Kreisel corner. You go in, 360-degree change of direction, 3.5 G's of force. You got to exit here perfectly.
7, that's the 8.
Now 9, this is where you're going to make a mistake right here on this straightaway. Exit of the speed trap, going to be crucial there, because now this is where the sled really starts to rock and roll in the bottom part of this track. Here's curve 10. Now, 3-corner combination of labyrinths. The sleds really fly down here, and this is where you can make or break your time, because this is the maximum speed part of the track into the finish.
Goes a bit up here. We're already in the finish.
You can see the steering. Not a lot of steering in these things. Again, Igls hosted 2, or Innsbruck hosted 2 Olympic Games here. First heat highlights. Ivo Rug, 2-man bobsledder. Good start from Switzerland. 5th place. The Swiss always do well on this track.
Pushed by Beat Hefty. Very good start times here. And Pierre Luders, only 4th.
This is the story. And he's only 600ths ahead of Ivo Rug. Luders is 600ths behind Martin Annen, considerably away from Lange and Langen, or here's Annen, who's in 3rd place.
Wasn't that quick at the start, pushed by Cedric Grant.
But boy, he was flying down the track, really wild, and had a fast time. So I think this guy's driving the best line. But here's the guy who won the event last year, Andre Lange. He's in 2nd place, got a considerable lead on Luders, 1500ths.
And he's only 300ths behind the leader, Christoph Langen. So, and Langen had the better start numbers. So, this can be the man who wins, or will it be Christoph Langen?
Now, remember, he's going for the World Cup title against Pierre Luders. If he finishes in this position, 3 spots ahead of Luders, he wins the World Cup title. If he finishes 2 spots ahead, Luders will win the World Cup title. So, and the Germans, if they win the World Cup title, they get 3 German sleds in the World Championships next week. A lot of pressure coming up here in the second heat. Here's our standings in the first run, like we talked about.
Lange 300s, very close. Then Annen, then Luders.
Hey, how about Stevie Holcomb? 7th place, Todd Hayes and Pavle Janovic are in 6th. The guy we aren't going to see, though, Mike Conn of the United States, he finished in 16th. We only see 15-1. Coming up on speed for the World Cup title, Luders and Langen.
Wow. Well said. The 260 horsepower SRX V6 performance utility. Cadillac. Breakthrough.
Speed Monday.
Yeah, we lined up some quality guests.
From the pits to victory lane.
I thought we would run better than that.
They know it all because they were there.
You go to the race on a weekend to win.
Inside Nextel Cup. Then real drivers.
You know, I have a great opportunity now.
Real stories.
I'm not afraid to hide anything.
On and off the track. NBS 24/7. And then Dave's turning up the heat.
If you have a hard question, pick up the phone and ask it.
An all-new primetime lineup. Monday on Speed.
Over 1 million understand its strength. It can improve your energy, your shape. This is Bowflex Power Rod technology, and it can only be found on genuine Bowflex equipment, like the new Bowflex Extreme. Now you can get the results you want, the exercises you need, all at an affordable price. You've never seen this Bowflex before. Call 1-800-675-9973 now and get the new Bowflex Extreme for just $19 a month. Getting a high-performance body has never been more affordable. Just look for real Bowflex power rod technology, proven effective at burning fat and building muscle. Now you can own the new Extreme for no money down and only $19 a month. The Bowflex Extreme is not available in stores. You know you're ready. Let Bowflex help you get there. Call now and get your professional quality Bowflex for only $19 a month.
Speed Channel in Igls, Austria. Take a look at the coaches. Expressions in the coaches box. It's easy to tell when they're happy. Here's our sled specs, Ron. And boy, like NASCAR, they're very strict about the length, width, maximum weight with the crew. We've seen a lot of disqualifications this year. Here's our second run rules. According to your first results, 16-1 because there's a tie. Then 17th place, which is where Mike Kahn is. We won't see him to the end. And the Cup. This is the Martineau Cup. This is what they'll be racing for in the 4 main World Championships in Koenigsee in 2 weeks. This guy here, Andre Lange, won his 2 years in a row. If you win this Cup 4 years in a row, you get to keep it. Nobody's done it since 1930.
Here's our first sled. It's Reto Rueck, pushed by Franco Rosinos, a Swiss guy. Came with start number 22 in the first heat, but he got position 14. Only with a start of 5:28, so very slow at the start, but this guy can steer.
Yeah, well, his brother comes up later, Ivo Rug. There's a lot of Rugs out here. Ivo and Reto are brothers. Ralph, we'll see him in the 4-man. He's a cousin, and I used to race against their fathers. Great tradition of bobsledding in Switzerland. This guy tied for 14th, which means 15 sleds. In fact, there's 16 sleds because there's also a tie for 7th, so they have to let all those 16 sleds in the second run. He's the first guy down in the second heat.
He does it very well again, I would say.
With a bad start. I mean, little slip there out of 10. Down the labyrinths. Big speed. That 113 kilometers is going to be a real big factor on the bottom. If you've got that big speed, you can come from behind, ducks his head. Oh, and he's faster, Ron, than his first run time. So
the track doesn't get faster.
He's 600s faster. That's quite a...
So that was quite impressive.
Well, he must have had a bad first run, but hey, he got into the big dance, as they call him, bobsledding, because the second run, 15-1. Live TV here in Europe. And Reto Rug, this is where he made his mistake at the exit of 10. Little tap.
Came out very late.
Still haven't reached maximum speed. It's right about here in the labyrinths where you start reaching speed. The eyes of the bobsledders. The visualization before they go down. The pressure. 80 miles an hour. More bobsledding on speed after the break.
Oh, no. Now. Then. Not now. No. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh. Clear.
Want your car to live longer?
Clear.
Pour in Grease Lightning additives. They help improve your car's performance while reducing wear and emissions.
Why? Oh.
Grease Lightning works better, costs less.
With the benefits of tax deferral, it's always the right time to open an IRA. Call 800-544-1395 to open your no-load, no-fee IRA today.
Smoking is not a normal, natural function. Putting a fire in your face and breathing the smoke in is something we would normally try to avoid. You got to ask yourself why current smokers tell non-smokers not to start. There's a reason for it. They get hooked. They can't stop. They don't like it. They want to quit. They spend the rest of their lives trying to quit. Tobacco companies want to make smoking look cool, but it's not cool. What is cool is bringing the best out in yourself, rising to your potential and accomplishing something real.
You and me are gonna play some run and gun.
You're out of your damn mind.
The Shield, season premiere, Tuesday, March 9th at 10, only on FX.
Well, we've had some crashes here on Speed Channel during the season. Altenburg, Calgary, Cortina. That was a great one, but you won't see any crashes on this track, Ron. This is a pretty easy thing to get down, and the next team we're going to see, Germany 3.
Matthias Höpfner, Stefan Barucha. So his normal pushman for the two-man is Mark Kühne, but he got a rest by his pilot. So to recover a bit for the foreman, because Matthias Höpfner better in the foreman.
Yeah, he's third in World Cup points. He's had a great breakout season.
So one of the Barucha brothers, Stefan, the younger brother, is pushing him today. So, but we can't expect big start times from that team here. It's something like the warm-up for the foreman for him.
5:29. We're going to see some single-digit start times for the days out, so that 2/10 deficiency really not good on this short 1,200-meter track here in Igls. Again, this was the first really refrigerated track used for the Winter Olympic Games competition, a combo track used for bob and luge. Bobsledders can't really say they like this track, right?
Yeah, lots of bobsledders started actually on this track.
It's a great track to learn how to drive a sled. And right now, Matthias Höpfner better find a way to pick up 1600ths in the bottom, or he's going to lose a place to Raider Rug. And look at this labyrinth. Look at the S. Here's a three-corner combination of labyrinths. 1, 2, 3. Every track's got to have one of them. Now into the finish. The Rug, Rado looks on, and there's he picked up somebody else. So I don't know if Germany 3 had that bad a heat or Raider Rug had a great heat, but
he actually had a great heat because he was faster in the second heat than in the first one. And this track doesn't get faster, so he definitely had a good run. And Matthias Höpfner, well, he has to wait now, because just in case Christoph Langen can win the overall World Cup, then he gets the last spot for the World Championships.
Yeah, if the World Cup season winner gets 3 sleds in the World Championships, right now Canada and Pierre Luters are on top, but of course that's first and fourth. We talked about that earlier. There's the speed after Kreisel. Doesn't sound like much, that little 0.3 of a kilometer, but on this track, everything dealing with speed is crucial.
Next team is from Russia. Popov. Evgeny Popov, Alexei Andrinin.
Couple soldiers.
They all are soldiers, they all are in the army. And they all take their job very serious, because that's the way to get out of Russia. To travel around the world, go to Canada, go to the US, and go to Europe.
Popov used to be the #1 pilot. There's bobsleigh.com, live results, all the information you need, the Speed Channel schedule, all the results from the last couple of years. And now Evgeny Popov, you know, he looks like a little bit of a skid right there. Big 13th of a 100th lead, 5:20 start. There's the grip on the ice. And this track, this is one of the flattest starts. This is where the athletes really like to run it out, but you still have to get in before the sled gets away from you.
And it's always a battle between Russia 1 and Russia 2 for this Russia 1 status.
Yeah, and Zubkov didn't make the top 15. His worst first heat performance of the year. I'm surprised. Popov used to be Russia 1 to that bad accident in Altenburg in December of 2002. He's lost some time back, doesn't have 101 kilometers is the speed that Rug had. 0.6. You multiply 0.6 of that to get miles per hour. This is going to be pretty close. Rado Rug hoping on at the finish. Yeah, he reeled somebody else in. So the Russians, you know, they drop a couple spots. Well, at least one spot there. But Popov is Russia #1 as of today, because Zubkov is way back in 20th place into the first heat. Here comes the up top. A little meticulous steering before you go into Kreisel here. You look pretty rough there. Speed before labyrinth, that is. Excuse me. 112. You can see that over a kilometer down in the bottom part of the track. And you got to have speed down there in the bottom if you're going to get in that leader's box. So, Koenigsegg Worlds. Unbelievable competition. 5 different disciplines: 2-man bob, 4-man bob, women's bob, men's women's skeleton, all in the same venue. We'll have it for you on Speed Channel. Last 5 events of the year.
Tired of those gotta dry my car before it gets covered in spots blues? Then you need Mr. Clean Auto Dry Car Wash, the revolutionary new way to wash your car. It gives your baby an absolutely spot-free clean and shine, even on windows with no need to dry, guaranteed, or your money back.
Mr. Clean Auto Dry Car Wash is in stores now. Visit this website to get 2 coupons for $5 off a starter kit.
Never dry your car again. Mr. Clean Auto Dry Car Wash.
If the risk of back pain keeps you from moving anything heavy, call this number and we'll show you how the DR Power Wagon moves heavy loads without straining your back. The DR Power Wagon is self-propelled, so it powers through soft, wet soils. Simply guide it and the pivoting rear caster wheel turns on a dime. The Power Wagon is so rugged, you can easily carry 800 pounds uphill and dump the load exactly where you want. It's perfect for firewood, landscaping, taking care of animals, building projects, all your everyday chores. So why risk straining your back moving heavy loads the hard way? Save your back. Call 1-800-482-9966 for your free DR Power Wagon catalog and video. Call now and try out a DR Power Wagon risk-free. Factory direct savings are now in effect, so call 1-800-482-9966. Online at drpowerwagon.com.
DR is professional power for homeowners.
Speed Wednesday, original series. Hunt.
This guy will sell his Camaro for 25.
Gather.
You think we can blow the whole 100,000 in one day?
Auction.
Sold for 51,000.
Barrett Jackson Car Search. Wednesday night, 7:30 Eastern on Speed.
Welcome back to Igls, Austria.
Celebration at the finish line. A lot of emotion at the finish.
Here's the team from Monaco. A Swiss coach, a German physio, and 2 guys from Monaco, Patrice Savel, firefighter, and Sebastian Gattuso is a waiter actually in a hotel. Haven't seen it for a while, this hotel. Did you see the visor still open? Now he closes it.
5:24 start. Looks like a little skid there. There's our standings. Ralph Rug, Switzerland on top.
Popov and Tossini is back.
And Ivo Rug comes up later. So the Rugs, couple brothers from Switzerland. I used to compete against their uncles way back. I want to tell you when. And Monaco here, not very good. They've gone from double digits down to 600, so he's going to have to be perfect the rest of the way down. It's down to 400, still bleeding time. Any kind of skid here, he's got no chance. Little late off 9. 101 kilometers. Here's that big labyrinth, that 3-corner combination. Watch the head slapping. Pretty good speed, though, on the bottom. Watch the way those heads come on and off that corner. Going to be close. Ducks his head. He's got him by 400, so pretty good speed on the bottom of 113 kilometers.
Speed finally made it.
Yeah, on the bottom, he let that sled go in the labyrinth. He's in first place.
He's got a very good sled. He's got very good runners.
Yeah, he's got a Swiss coach, Christian Reich, who won the silver medal at the 2002 games. Now coaching Monaco, he gets all the equipment.
And Patrice Savel, he's the most successful Monegas athlete in any Olympic kind of sport, with his 8th place he took last year at the World Championships. So,
next up, we got some successful winter sports athletes. Here's Patrice. He's very happy. We have some Latvians coming at us now, and we were in Sigulda, Latvia for women's bob and men's and women's skeleton. Gatis Guts, Intars Dikmanis from Sigulda. Guts has not had a very good year. He's got a couple good results, but you would expect him to improve, because last year at the World Championships, he was great.
Yeah, but he got pressure with this young guy, Yanis Minins.
He comes up next. BTC sled, they're very proud of these Latvian-built sleds. 5:17, best start so far, but we're going to see single-digit starts before it's all over. And the start on a 1,200-meter track is Everton. Keep track of that little speed in your left, 51. 0.6 times that again is miles per hour, so that's like 33 miles an hour right there at the top. Really slow up here until you get to Kreisel. 1900ths ahead. This 360-degree whip around, he has a slingshot effect on the bottom. He's got a skid there. And that, it'll cost him dearly.
We don't see it at this split time. We will see it in the next one.
100 kilometers, 101 or 102 kilometers is what you want. Down here, Seville at 113 kilometers. It's down to 4. He doesn't have the speed. This is going to be close. 2 guys in the box.
It's Stampfer of Austria and the team from Monaco, who are tied on the first place.
We didn't see Stampfler's run. And Stampfler and Monaco are dead tied. Latvia made that mistake, and that cost him dearly. There it is. Little bang there as he comes out of 9. Look at the rudder tips here. Drifting. Speed. Doesn't register the speed. You can see the time difference, but you guys like it in the bottom. The leader's box, great place to live. Coming up, Stevie Holcomb of the United States, Park City, Utah, goes for his best result of the year.
Think of it as an open-air roadster that can seat 7. The Cadillac SRX Performance Utility. Cadillac. Breakthrough.
Monday night, Tony George. Tuesday night, Parnelli Jones. Thursday night, Dario Franchitti. Wednesday night, the guest liner-uppers are still working on that one. It's Wind Tunnel, the racing talk show, only on Speed Channel, 10 o'clock Eastern.
Lost over 42 pounds in less than 4 months.
I've lost over 50 pounds of fat.
I lost 33 pounds, and 100% of that was fat.
Today, I'm down 51 pounds and 9 inches around my waist.
Introducing the Nautilus Tread Climber, a machine so innovative it cuts your workout time in half, yet it feels as easy as walking. Call now for a free video or DVD that shows you how Tread Climber can change your body. The Tread Climber's innovative treadles let you step up as you walk forward. With each step, you do twice the work in one easy motion.
In 30 minutes, you can do twice the amount of work that you would on just an average cardio machine.
The Tread Climber is made in the USA by Nautilus and is backed by a 5-year warranty. Now you can own one with no money down and affordable financing.
I haven't been this light in over 15 years, and I feel great.
When I look in the mirror, I see a sexy Maddie.
Call and get a free video or DVD, or visit us at nautilusdirect.com today.
Welcome back to Innsbruck Eagles. World Cup final with Stevie Holcomb.
We talked to him about his first run. Him and Brock Kreitzberg, 7th place.
I've been having trouble all week here. I haven't been able to get a feel of the track. I kind of came out today just kind of hoping for the best, and I had a pretty good run, not too many major mistakes, but we'll see what I can do for the second run and pull something out.
Pretty impressive. He's in 7th place into the first heat.
That was a brilliant run. I mean, he came with start number 20, and now he's on 7th place, tied with Janis Mienens, the junior world champion.
The Bodine sled was running fast on this track. There's the leaders at the bottom, the Monegasque and the Austrians. And there's not too much of a separation between them and the United States. Steve Holcomb, 5:18 start. He's got 2100ths lead. 50.1 kilometers is the key. 50.0. That's livable. That's a good sign there. From 20 to 24, he's increased. Now down here, the sled starts to accelerate right here on the way to the Kreisel. Up to 23, 88 kilometers. He's accelerating. He's got the best speed, the best time. Looks good down here.
2200s.
Look at the rudder tips. That was a great exit out of 9. 101 clicks, that's great. If he gets up to 113, he should be the leader. A little mistake. Losing some time back, doesn't have the 113. Should be enough, though. Going to be close, and it is. 1200s. Tuffy Latour looks on. He likes that result. Best finish of the year in 2 million, Bob, for Stevie Holcomb and Brock Kreutzberg of the United States. And they back the sled up.
I didn't know that the Bodine sled has got a back gear.
Yeah. Well, best finish of the year for this youngster. Look at the exit here. Look at the energy. No spray on the runners. Look at the Bodine sled coming straight. NASCAR technology did well there. Didn't have the bottom speed. Not far off that bottom best speed.
But now Jānis Mīņins of Latvia, the world junior champion, took place in Cortina just a couple of days ago with Jānis Ozolds, very experienced pushman, used to race with Sanders Pruzes.
23-year-old, like Stevie Holcomb, young guy coming out, gaining more confidence.
So Mīņins didn't go to Koenigsegg for the International Training Week. He did the World Juniors, 2 victories, 2-man and 4-man.
Yeah, they got a lot of hope about this guy. They need somebody to take over the reins from Sanders Pruzes. Here's our in-sync. Who gets in first here? Check out the driver. Check out the brakeman. This is a place we want to run a long time. Oh, the United States is in quicker than the Latvians. And the Latvians have a 700s lead. So that 500s better push time transferred into 700s by that first clock. It's up to 9. Same speed as the USA sled, driven by Holcomb. It's up to 9. He's increasing it. 101.5 was the speed that Holcomb had at the next clock. He doesn't have as good a speed. He's going to need 112.5 on the bottom. Oh, best speed on the bottom, no. He must have had a good exit out of 10. This Latvian looks like he's going to be the leader.
Yeah.
He does. Boy, he really accelerated to the bottom. That fast part of the track, he took off.
0.2 of a second.
That's a lot of time to make up on the bottom part of this short track.
He got a real push on this World Junior Championships. And now he's at least 7th.
Probably his best finish of the year.
It is. Very straight.
He started here on the exit of Kreisel. Didn't have the speed there. Looked like he made a mistake. A little waver in there.
Yep.
That Kreisel, a lot of G-forces there, and you got to accelerate. Slingshot effect. Here he is at a curve 9, which is really where he started the motor. And that gives you some current standings. Mīņins is in the lead. He's happy about it. Now, next up, the big Texan, Todd Hayes. 6th place. He's got to improve to move up.
Vinyl chloride is a cancer-causing chemical compound used in manufacturing. If you worked in the PVC, automobile, plastic, rubber, or furniture industry, or were a beautician prior to 1974, you may have been exposed to vinyl chloride. If you or a loved one were exposed to vinyl chloride and suffered angiosarcoma, liver damage, or brain cancer, call the law offices of James Sokolov at 1-800-361-8863. That's 1-800-361-8863.
If you've been thinking about a trimmer on wheels, just listen to this. The all-new DR trimmer mower not only trims with ease, mows tall grass without tangling, and cuts brush and even trees up to 3 inches thick. But now, the new DR converts in seconds to edge along walks and garden borders, to aerate your lawn for greener, thicker growth, and to cultivate your garden. There is no other trimmer of any kind anywhere that can do so much so easily for you and your property. Call 1-800-910-6363 for your free DR trimmer mower catalog and video, and to learn how you can test the DR for 6 months risk-free. There's no obligation, so call now, 1-800-910-6363. Online at drtrimmers.com.
DR is professional power for homeowners.
I'm a control freak, and I wouldn't want to do anything like smoking where I may not be in control of myself. It's an addictive habit. If you want to be rebellious and you want to do something different from what all the other kids do, just find something you have a passion in, like sports, and push yourself as far as you can. Bobsledding is fast. It's exhilarating. You're going 85 miles an hour, pulling up to 4 or 5 Gs. I couldn't be an elite athlete if I smoked. Don't start smoking.
Welcome back to Speed Channel. Now it's time for the USA's Todd Hayes and Pavel Janovic. 6th place into the first heat. Hayes wasn't real happy with his run.
You know, it's hard to say. I'd like it to be running a little faster, obviously, but yeah, I think we chose the wrong runners this week, and hopefully next heat will get a little better.
I spoke to Brian Scheimer yesterday night, and he said final practice, that was one of those days where you look very good on the track, but he was actually slow, and they didn't know why.
Well, the old rules used to have as many sets of runners as you wanted. Now it's down to 2 sets. And the USA, you know, you're in Hayes, and if you don't have the confidence in your runners, it's going to be pretty tough. He's got a pretty good lead now on Minnis at the bottom. The Latvian's got the lead, and the Bodine sled, if it flies anywhere near the way Stevie Holcomb came down the track, Hayes should be the leader easy. But how many sleds he can move up?
Yeah, that's a big question.
Oh, look at that little skid there in the Kreisel.
Little wave.
Big lead, big lead.
Shouldn't be a problem for him to take the lead now, but he wants to attack.
Oh, that was minute, not very good speed. He's going to need 113.5 to have a chance. He's got that speed, though, and he's accelerating away, even with those 2 mistakes. Todd Hayes, Pavel Janovic to the finish, ducks his head for aerodynamics, and he went 27 to 27. That means he didn't have a great bottom part of the track. He's in first now, but whether or not he'll move out, we're going to find out. Ooh, this is dangerous. Whoa.
Yeah, maybe you get a ticket for this.
Yeah, both U.S. sleds try to pop in reverse. That's dangerous right there. You see that pad, but they like it.
And now the battle for the Total World Cup starts, actually, when we are...
Look at this skid here. Yeah. Look at this skid of the boat. Look at that thing. That little waver right there. That had to cost him a lot of time with that exit. Speed, look at that. Doesn't have the best speed. He's only 0.2 of a kilometer off, but...
Well, let me come back to my point, because Ivo Ruek, he is not far away from Pierre Luders, the World Cup leader, only 0.06 of a second. And, well, Ivo Ruek has got Beat Hefty on his sled, the best pushman from Switzerland, who was the busiest man in the last couple of weeks. So he raced in the World Cup in Cortina. Then he went with his brother to the Junior World Championships, got the silver medal behind Minins. He won the Total Europe Cup with his pilot, Billy Meyerhans, and now he's back to the World Cup.
Hildebrand sled. Now, Rug has been really coming on. He had a disastrous before Christmas. Came back after Christmas, first event, double St. Moritz bronze medals.
5:07, very good.
Excellent start, beat the USA by 400ths. Who gets in first here? This is a track where you want to run. Hayes is in first, and the Swiss brakeman Hefty had 2 more steps on Janovic, but that determines how far you run here is not how fast you are sometimes. You like that inertia in the sled. But now, the Hildebrand sled versus the Bodine sled. Same speed as Hayes. 1100ths lead at this point. That's relative to the better start time they had. Up to a 1200ths now. And he's pretty smooth. 101, 1/10 of a kilometer better than Hayes. Now with the Labyrinths, 3/4, and he's got the best speed here. 113.8. He's going to probably gain more time here in the bottom. Hayes waves. He knows he's done. And the Swiss, Ivo Rug, puts down a good heat.
And this guy will be dangerous for Pierre Luders, who's going to be next.
Luders is in 4th. Luders cannot finish more than 3 places behind Christoph Langen. He's 3 places behind him now. So Luders has got to beat this sled. Luders is coming up next. He's got to beat this sled, and then he's got to hope for one of the other sleds in front of him to falter, or he'll lose the World Cup title. He's got 3 gold medals on the season so far, but he had a couple bad results. Let's check him out. Here, he's first in Calgary, first in Placid. Winterberg, he had 4th. Altenburg, 3rd. St. Moritz, 1st again. Cortina, 2nd. Hard to believe this guy has a chance to lose the World Cup title right now.
Okay, let's tell you a story again. Christoph Langen is leading. Luders is 4th in the first heat, so that would be enough for Christoph Langen to win the overall World Cup. But Andre Lange is only 300s behind Christoph Langen, so maybe he can beat him. Yeah. That would help Pierre Luders again. Yeah. And I heard in the German team there is no team order, so Andre Lange can do what he ever wants to do.
And again, Christoph Langen wins the World Cup title. The Germans get 3 sleds in the World Championships. If the Canadians win, they get 3 sleds in the World Championships,
but
even though they won't send it. But everybody would love to see 1 less German sleds in the World Championships in Germany. So we got a lot of action coming at you in the next 4 sleds.
Luda Sado.
Ooh, they're both in at the same time. 5:06. That's the best start. But I didn't like the way Zardo got in there. Luders has won 5 World Cup 2-man titles in the last 12 years. He has been a dominant force in 2-man bobsledding. He also won the gold medal at the Nagano Olympics in '98. But look at that. It's down to 100th of a second. I think they both had a bad entry into that sled. It's even, and he's got the same speed as the Swiss.
As you would say, he starts the bleeding. He a little late out of...
but he got it back. He got it up to 200s.
At the 9.
A little late. He's going to need 113.6 or so. Oh, that looked like a late entry there. Doesn't have 113.6. Remember the Swiss? 113.8. Luders has got to beat him here to have a chance. He doesn't do it.
Oh, he's 200ths of a second behind Rug.
That is not good for Canada.
This can hurt.
He's got to hope for Martinainen to fall and also for Langen to fall. I mean, Luders had destiny in his hands. 200ths of a second. And he's got to hope right now for someone else to falter. You want to control your own destiny. I think here in this exit, he flops off here on curve 9. Watch the way the sled flops.
A little late.
Yeah, and he comes across. Boy, you can't really tell. Here's the exit of 9, the speed. He had the best speed, tied with Rug, but on the bottom part of the track, after that exit is when Rug had better speed by 0.2 of a kilometer. That was equal to that 200s he lost by. Well, coming up, we got Martinainen, the Swiss pilot, who plays into this whole World Cup title thing. Then coming up after that, Andre Lange. He won this event last year. And Christoph Langen, a World Cup title, it might be in his hands. Stay with us on Speed.
Wow. Well said. The 260 horsepower SRX V6 performance utility. Cadillac. Breakthrough.
Speed Tuesday Original Series. They take a lucky viewer's ride.
I'll trust you guys.
Create an owner profile.
Go ballistic on this car.
And perform the ultimate tuner transformation. Tuner Transformation. Tuesday night at 7 Eastern on Speed.
If you're 20 pounds or more overweight, there's news from the Obesity Research Institute. Dramatic weight loss can now be achieved without diet or exercise.
I lost 25 pounds in 6 weeks.
When I lost 7 inches through my waist, I couldn't believe it.
I was 247 8 weeks ago, and I'm 30 pounds lighter today.
The first week, I lost like about 10, and then every month, like 20 pounds.
Propylene, scientifically proven to reduce weight without special diet and exercise, backed by 9 clinical studies.
Please understand, propylene is so powerful that it was formulated only for those who need to lose at least 20 pounds or more.
Call now to try Propylene risk-free for 30 days for only $29.95. If you don't lose up to 20 pounds in 30 days, send it back and we'll refund your $29.95. But wait, it gets better. Call now and we'll include a second bottle absolutely free. Call in the next 10 minutes and your shipping and handling is also free. That's right. Call now and your second bottle and shipping is free.
Call 1-800-672-6464.
Welcome back to Igls, Austria.
The heroes of bobsledding in the leader's box. That's where you want to spend a lot of time. And right now, it's Ivo Rug in the leader's box. Pierre Luders is in second. And now another Swiss, Martinainen and Cedric Grand.
That's a real showdown now. It's Annen, then it's Lange, and then it's Langen.
Annen does not want to get beat by his teammate. He's driving a Hildebrand sled. The sled at the bottom's a Hildebrand sled. Here's some Swiss cowbells.
And he has to drop behind Luders.
For Luders to have a
could
chance.
help him. Yeah, that could help him.
He's got to fall a couple places. Going to need a good start, single-digit start. No, terrible start.
5:15.
5:15.
But Terry Grant, he's back, but he had this injury on his calf.
Not even 50-kilometer speed, so Annan is going to have to really drive miraculously on the bottom. This is what Pierre Luders in Canada wants to see.
But I saw Martin Annan here bumping left and right and accelerating. So sometimes it's a miracle what he's doing here.
He's had good success on this track before. A little bit of a waiver. It's down to 0-0-0. That means he's picked up time right there from the last clock, and he's rough there. 101.9. That's good speed. If he has over 113.7, he might have 114.
That's unbelievable.
Best speed. He's rough, but rough is fast sometimes. And Annan ducks his head and takes the lead. Wow.
That's what I said. I saw that before. I think it was last year, where he got some banks left and right, and he was accelerating it. And he did it again. And that tells us something about this beautiful sled.
Yeah, there's one thing, too. Sometimes when you're smooth, you aren't fast. Sometimes when you let it go, like he just did, you're rough, but you're fast. Obviously, he wasn't steering too much. He was letting the sled go. And it worked, because he didn't have a very good start time. But boy, was he fast at the bottom. Nobody else has had 114 kilometers through the labyrinths. And this is where he started it, on the exit of Kreisel. And the Swiss coaches love it. They can do no worse than third and fourth in the competition.
That makes it different because Andre Lange, I said it before, no team order. So he can win the race. And it's still enough for Christoph Langen when he finishes seconds. But let's have a look at Langen Igls.
Yep. He won the both 2 and 4 man here last year. The guy really likes this track. He seems to have a lot of success. I said before the race, before the second heat, I said he'd come back to win. Ron, I told you that. And Lange has a lot of pressure on him now, and I don't know if he's sitting there saying, I want Christoph Langen to win so we can have 3 German sleds in this, or he's just saying, I'm going to beat Christoph Langen.
To Andre Lange, he's got his best pushman, Kevin Kuske, so no rest for him this weekend. He will be the man in the World Championships. And Christoph Langen, he's got a replacement pushman. So what can they push?
Single digits is what they need.
We'll have it. Yeah.
508. You've got Kevin Kuske is a prototype brakeman, 6'3", 220 pounds, 23-year-old with a track and field background. And the guy is a specimen. Lange, eyes and hands. Guys like this are born, and then they become bobsledders. And he definitely has some talent in those eyes and hands. Look at this. 30 hundredths of a lead. That is a lot. We've been watching the last few sleds separated by less than 10 hundredths. Lange is flying.
Little correction there out of 9.
114 kilometers in that down here. So does Andre Lange. He's flying. Boy, he's letting the sled run. Question is how much? 29 hundredths. And it says it's okay for him. He's got a bronze medal. Andre Lange just throws some pressure on.
And if Luders wants to win the overall World Cup, he has Langen, the last sled, has to drop on the 3rd position. Second place is still enough for the total World Cup.
Andre Lange smells it. Now, top of the track, the guy who knows all about pressure, Christoph Langen, 41 years old, Franz Sagemeister. They call him the Beast.
Yeah.
Langen, look at his World Cup results, Ron. This guy's been 41 years old. This is a unbelievable presence. Only off the podium one time in the whole season.
That was in Lake Placid. He didn't actually want to start in the 2-man in Lake Placid, but he said, I want to do it for the team because that's the only chance that I stay behind close to Pierre Luders, and maybe I can make it when he struggles. And Pierre Luders struggled today.
Yeah, and Luders and Langen last week in Cortina, Langen won the 2-man competition, his first victory of the year. There's the current leaders at the bottom, Andre Lange, Kevin Kuske, and 41 years old, gold medalist in 2-man in 1998 or in 2002, gold medalist in 4-man in 1998. He's got 5 other World Cup titles. World Championship titles. This guy is a living legend in the sport. 5:13 start. You know, remember, that's start time, single digits, what the other teams had. Good, though, 50.3 speed, even with that bad start. That's a good sign. He's +4 to +7. Bleeding time. Next clock.
Oh, slow.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the speed.
+9. He continues to lose. But we've seen fast times from Arnold on the bottom.
And I think Pierre-Louis is praying now that he will drop even more positions.
Oh, a little late there. He's going to have to lose 20 more places. He's going to have 112 speed, maybe. Oh, but he's got big speed. 114 kilometers. I think Langen's going to win, but I think Langen's going to win the World Cup title.
Yeah.
Yes. So Andre Langen, Kevin Kuska win their second two-man event of the year. Second consecutive year, but Christoph Langen, the veteran, has come back to beat what we thought was an insurmountable lead by Pierre Lueders for the World Cup title. This is Langen's third World Cup two-man title. Not even excited. Look at it.
Yeah, and I just had a look at the results. I mean, Lueders is 200ths of a second behind Ivo Rüegg, so he's 200ths of a second behind the overall World Cup.
200ths of a second. Length of 2 fingernails. Unbelievable. And there's Andre Lange. He punched out everybody else in the last heat. He's won this event now 2 consecutive years. He won the 4-man event here last year. And there's Lange and Sagameister finally showing a little bit of emotion. But when you've won as many times as this guy has in his career, he has been a champion of the sport. Let's take a look now at our final results of this race. Pretty close, those top 2 sleds.
900s. And so, look, but we 4th and 5th place.
That's
39,
the World
41.
Cup title.
Yeah.
Hayes, Heibau, Holcomb. Best finish of the year for him, and Brock Kreitzberg. Great for those guys.
Stamford, Savell, tied. Rüegg, Gulz, Popov, Tossini, and Matosov now. He will be definitely better than the 4-man.
We didn't see Mike Conn of the U.S. He finished in 16th in the first 8. But here it is, Langen won the World Cup title. Interviews after this.
Just got a lot more affordable during the Subaru all-wheel drive away.
Subaru, driven by what's inside.
Ever wondered what it's really like to be a soldier?
What do you got?
I have a sit rep from Alpha Company.
PT, ready to be verified. Verified.
Put yourself in the picture with this free video. You'll see over 200 great jobs in the Army and over 180 in the Army Reserve. You'll also see what skills you learn, how you can earn money for college, even what soldiers do in their free time. Call 1-800-984-ARMY now and get this free t-shirt and your free video. Put yourself in the picture and see what it's really like to become an Army of One.
Smoking is not a normal, natural function. Putting a fire in your face and breathing the smoke in is something we would normally try to avoid. You gotta ask yourself why current smokers tell non-smokers not to start. There's a reason for it. They get hooked, they can't stop, they don't like it, they want to quit. They spend the rest of their lives trying to quit. Tobacco companies want to make smoking look cool, but it's not cool. What is cool is bringing the best out in yourself, rising to your potential and accomplishing something real.
Speed Tuesday, all new prime time. They'll take a humble ride
It already looks good, but I'll make it look better.
and transform it into the ultimate tuner car.
He needs too much for this game.
It's going to take a lot, but I'm going to do it.
We'll 4-speed this sucker and we'll make it go.
A wrench. Where are the wrenches?
Tuner transformation. Then,
Let's crank it up.
improve your technique from the track to the street.
I was a little bit serious.
Sports Car Revolution and Two-Wheel Tuesday.
If it happens, we have it right here on Two-Wheel Tuesday.
All new prime time, Tuesday, only on Speed.
Welcome back to Innsbruck. We've seen a great race. World Cup title on the line. 2 veteran pilots going head-to-head. And here's the way it finished up. Just 2 points separates Langen and Lueders. Luters loses the World Cup title by 2/100 of a second. The United States Todd Hayes finishes in a very respectable 4th place. In the Bodine sleds, Gaddis Guts, respectable for him in the top 10. There's another Latvian in the 10th position.
Young Janis Minins.
Stevie Holcomb, congratulations to the 23-year-old from Park City. He's in 13th place in the World Cup. But it was Christoph Langen today, saved his very best for last. The last 2 races, 1st and 2nd.
Martin Annen, Gratulation zum 3. Platz. Das ist ein fantastischer 3. Platz in Igls. Bist du jetzt richtig heiß auf die Weltmeisterschaft in Königssee? Martin Annen, congratulations to the 3rd place. Are you really hot for the World Championship in Königssee?
Ja, ich denke, es war für mich sehr wichtig, dass mein Bremser Cedric Grau wieder zurück ist. Und ich bin froh, dass wir jetzt zum letzten Weltcuprennen noch einen Podestplatz holten. Und es gibt sicher ein gutes Gefühl für die WM.
Yeah, he was very glad that Brakeman is coming back and he had a good feeling for the World Championship in Königssee. Thank you, Martin. Congratulations. Hallo Christoph, gratuliere wieder zu einem Weltcup-Titel. In deinem Alter ist doch etwas überraschend, aber man kann nur den Hut ziehen und volle Hochachtung. Congratulations to the World Cup title in your age. Gratulation. What do you saying about? Was sagst du dazu?
Ja, erstmal super, dass ich einen Gesamtweltcup, da war überhaupt nicht damit zu rechnen, dass ich überhaupt noch einen Gesamtweltcup überhaupt gewinnen kann, beziehungsweise ganz vorne mitfahren kann. Ich habe eine sehr harte Saison hinter mir. Ich musste mich durch die ganzen Qualifikationen kämpfen. Der stärkste Mann ist bei mir ausgefallen, der Marco Jakobs, der ist hier operiert worden. Also auf dieser Wege gute Besserung und hoffentlich ist alles gut gegangen. Ja, und haben uns halt durchgekämpft mit unserem Team und ja, ich bin very happy.
He said we'd be very glad that wins the 3rd World Cup title, and he is sad that the brakeman was hurt. He is really brakeman, and is happy to win the World Cup title again. He doesn't believe that it can, because he had a very hard season. Thank you very much, Christoph.
Thank you.
And Andre, I think you love this track very much, because last year you win in the 2-man and the 4-man, and this year you win again. Andre, du hast wieder einen Weltcup hier gewonnen. Letztes Jahr schon im Zweier gewonnen und im Vierer gewonnen. Ich glaube, du liebst diese Bahn.
Ja, es ist auf jeden Fall sehr schön hier in Innsbruck. Wir haben uns hier vor allen Dingen die letzten Jahre auch sehr gut reingefuchst. Es macht immer wieder Spaß und vor allen Dingen, wenn man immer oben steht, ist es was ganz Besonderes.
He said he is very glad to start in Innsbruck again, and he enjoyed to stay on the top, and in Innsbruck especially, and he works very hard for the last titles, and he is very glad.
Danke.
Tschüss. Okay, John.
Walter Delicart with the interviews. Hey, season review here. Let's take a look back. Calgary, way back in late November, Thanksgiving weekend. Pierre Lutters, Julio Zardo. What do they do the first event of the year? Blow away the field. He's got his daughter in his hands, Zowie, off to Lake Placid.
But he won again. Christoph Langen, only 4th. Not on the podium there.
So Lutters looked unstoppable, and then they went overseas across the Atlantic to Winterberg up in Sauerland of Germany. Big surprise, Todd Hayes wins the first USA gold medal in 2-man bobsled in Germany since 36, if you can believe that. Now in Altenburg.
That's the track of Andre Lange. He owns this track.
He owns it, especially in 4-man, and Lange walked away with the gold. St. Moritz after Christmas, first event back. It was that Canadian again.
Pierre Ludes. Yes, he did it again.
Looked like Lutters couldn't be beat. Then we went to Cortina. And a surprise, the 41-year-old Christoph Langen.
With his 39-year-old brakeman, Marcus Zimmermann, and Innsbruck Eagles this weekend.
And set it up to where Langen captured it. It was a great race. So we've seen it all here today on Speed Channel. The World Cup title. Now we're off to Königssee next week for the World Championships. 2-man bob, 4-man bob, men's, women's skeleton, women's bob. So for all my FIBT TV crew and my colleague Ron Ringeth, I'm John Morgan. Thanks for watching. See you the next time on Speed.
Bye-bye.
Welcome to the NASCAR of Winter on Speed Channel. The last 7th and final World Cup 4-man bobsled event of the season. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Igls, Austria. I'm John Morgan, joined by Ron Ringeth, and we're happy you're with us for Speed Channel's coverage of the final World Cup bobsleigh competition of the 2003-2004 season. We're here in Igls, which is considered a pretty easy track, Ron, for most of the athletes.
It's a very easy track. It's easy to get down on for runners. That's why lots of athletes started actually their career here. But it's not easy to be fast here.
You know, this track has hosted 2 Olympic Games competitions, 64 when it was a natural track, then they rebuilt it to 1976, which is this combination bobsled luge track. But today's competition is focused on one athlete. It's Andre Lange. He's the top of the leaderboard. And let's take a look at the favorites.
Andre Lange. He already won the World Cup. Zubkov. Second, Höpfner. Third, Martin Annen and Todd Hayes. They all can win silver, bronze or nothing in the overall World Cup. And
Andre Lange.
Yeah, and they all can get on the podium. He's the big favorite today for this very last race. He already won the overall World Cup. And, well, we all expect him to win this race. But who will get second, third, fourth? Zubkov.
It's been coming on. Zubkov, good start time, although terrible result in the 2-man. Matthias Hopter
fighting for the podium in the overall World Cup.
He needs a good result. Martin Annen, these Swiss have started late. Before Christmas, I was writing them off. They're back, though, with good start times. They've been coming on. Cortina, St. Moritz, and here in Innsbruck. Todd Hayes in the United States, 6th place to the 2-man. He hopes to improve and win a bronze medal in the 4-man World Cup standings. Innsbruck, Austria. Good crowd on hand this afternoon. Let's take a look at our first heat highlights. USA Mike Kahn, Fogel, Radcliffe, and Smith drew number 30th in the draw. Ended up 16th place, just missing the top 15, which all those sleds we're going to see. He only missed it by about 0.12 of a second. Stevie Holcomb didn't have a very good Kreisel. Problems here on the dive. Bang! He finished in 17th. We won't see either one of these Americans. But Christoph Langen, the hero from yesterday, doesn't have his A-team with him. Bad start, bad driving. He's in 5th place. This guy, what a surprise. Latvia won. Jānis Minis, 23 years old. 4th place into the first heat. More shockingly, he's 0.02 of a second out of 2nd place. Zubkov from Russia, 2nd World Cup points. He's battling for a top 3 World Cup final position. He's 100th out of 2nd place, 100th ahead of 4th place. Todd Hayes, the United States. Big start time in the first heat from Johanovic, Schuffenauer, and Messler. Good drive down by the Bodine sled. He's in 2nd place. A lot on the line for USA 1 and Todd Hayes. This guy, the German juggernaut, Andre Lange, he's won 5 of the last 6 4-man races this year, 7 of the last 8 over the last 2 years. Only a second Cortina prevented him from being 8 straight. He won yesterday in the 2-man. He's the leader in the first heat here in the 4-man. Good crowd on hand, especially from Switzerland, not far away here from Innsbruck. Bunch of German fans too. Here's our standings. You can see how close it is for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Andre Lange, 900 ahead of Todd Hayes. But then Hayes, Zubkov, Minitz, separated by just 100th of a second. Matthias Höpfner, well, he needs a good result. He needs a better result. Otherwise, Todd Hayes will get on the podium in the overall World Cup. Our jury, Mr. Mivio from Switzerland, Hannes Frank from Germany, and Sepp Heidacher, the Austrian.
Coming up after the break, Todd Hayes of the United States goes for it in the 2nd heat to try and maintain a top 3 World Cup finish.
Presenting the trophy for Car and Driver's 2004 Best Luxury SUV, the Cadillac SRX Performance Utility. Car and Driver's 2004 Best Luxury SUV. Cadillac. Breakthrough.
My friends say I'm obsessed, that I spend way too much time and energy on this relationship.
I try to let my honey shine. If I don't do things just right, there can be this spot on what we have together.
You one of these people? You need help from Mr. Clean. Mr. Clean Auto Dry Car Wash. It's the revolutionary new way to wash your car. Mr. Clean Auto Dry Car Wash gives your baby an absolutely spot-free clean and shine with no need to dry. It uses a specially formulated soap that features an advanced dry rinse polymer, so rinse water sheets off your car for fast drying. Combine that with filter technology from the makers of Pure that removes from the rinse water the minerals and impurities that cause spots, and you get a clean, shiny ride completely spot-free with no need to dry, even on windows. Mr. Clean guarantees a spot-free clean without hand drying or your money back.
Mr. Clean Auto Dry Car Wash is in stores now. Visit this website to get 2 coupons for $5 off a starter kit.
Never dry your car again. Mr. Clean Auto Dry Car Wash.
I'm a control freak, and I wouldn't want to do anything like smoking where I may not be in control of myself. It's an addictive habit. If you want to be rebellious and you want to do something different from what all the other kids do, just find something you have a passion in, like sports, and push yourself as far as you can. Bobsledding is fast. It's exhilarating. You're going 85 miles an hour, pulling up to 4 or 5 Gs. I couldn't be an elite athlete if I smoked. Don't start smoking.
Here's our World Cup standings.
Lange, the leader, the winner. But as I said, Hayes, Annen, they all can get on the podium. Ivo Ruik, Pierre Lüders lost the World Cup yesterday by 200ths of a second in the two-man. Gustav Langen is not interested in the overall World Cup. He will be back for the World Championships in Königsee.
We talked about the track, short 1,220-meter track, a combination track built for the 76 Olympic Games to accommodate bobsled and luge. Let's take a ride down the Igls Olympic track. This is a great shot to show you how these guys steer. I always say it's not the guy who drives the most that wins, it's the guy who drives the least. Very little steering. Look at this curve one. Just a little bit of a pull to get around. Now they're pulling on this curve two. Straighten out, let the thing go back to check, they call it. Here's our first speed trap. That's real important because if you have a great start time, if you don't enter the sled correctly, you won't have a good speed there. 50-kilometer speed is what we'll probably see, which is about 31 miles an hour. Still pretty slow up here, 5, 6, 7 right here. Now you go into the big Kreisel corner. Another speed trap on the entrance to Kreisel. 360-degree whip around. Now look at the left hand there. Just holding it. Now he checks it, comes out straight. Curve 8, a little bit of a pull. Curve 9, a lot of problems here on the exit of curve 9. Another speed trap. We'll be showing you this exit and speed a lot. Curve 10, big, high, sweeping left corner. This is right before the labyrinth where we give you a speed trap there too. Now a 3-corner combination down here is called the labyrinth. Every track's got to have one really tight, really maximizes the articulation of the 4-man sleds into the finish, through and down. Not a very hard track to get down, but it's a hard track to get down fast. Second heat coverage after the break. But look at Andre Lange's results this season. First. Then at Cortini got second. He is human, but it's a good chance he'll have another gold medal after this race is over.
Just got a lot more affordable during the Subaru all-wheel drive array.
Subaru, driven by what's inside.
Speed Tuesday, original series.
Let's crank it up.
souped-up rides put to the test.
You think you're having a problem with performance?
Improve your technique.
This thing is a weapon.
Feel the heat.
Makes your tuner car into a better track car. This car will do anything that you want it to do. Will it get you a date with a hot chick? I'll let you know.
Yeah. Join the sports car revolution.
Finally, your old lady's got a reason to watch Speed.
Sports Car Revolution, Tuesday night at 7:30 Eastern on Speed.
Imagine coming home every night to a symphony of jets, all playing their part to make you feel better than ever. Sound good? Then call now and we'll send you a free brochure on the world's #1 hot tub, Hot Spring Spas. They give you what others don't, like a no-fault heater and a no-bypass filtration system, so it's always hot, always clean, always ready when you are. With a Hot Spring Spa, you get unparalleled technology, the support of a professional dealer, and a place where everyday stress just disappears. Drift away to a symphony played by the world's most unique variety of jets. Feel our patented Moto Massage jet sweep up and down your back, while others work your neck, shoulders, and feet. So call now, or visit our website to get your free brochure at the dealer near you. Hot Spring Spas, built for a lifetime of relaxation.
Here's the first of 15 sleds from Italy.
Fabrizio Tossini, Samuele Romanini, Ottolini and Zacco, his team, experienced driver. But he was sick at the end of the last year, and now he's back.
Here's our first run result, is how you go in the second run, 15-1. Sled built by Prusis, that Latvian who retired last year and is now coaching the Italians.
So
the Italians are driving their equipment.
As some other coaches did, so good coaches bring their equipment to the new teams. Christian Reich did it with the Monegas. Until Hildebrand, when he was coaching the Canadians, he brought some sleds to Canada.
And the Canadians, Pierre Luder's still driving those Hildebrand sleds. So Tossini's the first person down. Had a bronchial infection, didn't compete in St. Moritz or Cortina. Comes back out now. A little bit of a skid there. Start time is his problem, and he's late there on the exit of curve 9. You can't do that. 102.9, 104 is the type of speed you want to see in the exit of 10. 116 or 17 down here in the labyrinths, but you can see it's pretty quick here on the bottom. These four-mans, they stretch the articulation, which is the way these sleds walk on and off these corners. And these four-mans are maxed out on the bottom part of this little tight, what we call a loose track, really.
It is, yeah, it's so easy. And, well, I went down on Friday on this track, John, and it's, you don't feel actually the pressure you have in Lake Placid or in Altenburg. So it's actually easy. It's a track to learn bobsledding.
Very easy track to get down, very hard track to get down fast with mistakes like that. Watch the head snapping here. Watch the way the sled comes up here in the labyrinth. Look at this, airborne there. So these four-man sleds don't get through this three-corner combination we call the labyrinth at the bottom. It's a challenge.
Sargi Next sled is from Czech Republic. Ivo Danilovic. A very experienced team. Everyone 30 and above.
Pretty good year way back at Altenburg. Here's our sled specs. Maximum weight with the crew. And maximum width, maximum weight. These sleds get taken behind in a garage and they get checked if they win a medal. We've seen sleds disqualified for, axles that weren't large enough or the height of the cowlings. They really try to standardize the sport, much like NASCAR.
Yeah, and some of them were already overweight. Don't forget Hayes in Calgary. So you need this 630 kilograms, and they remove all the snow, which is in the brake, John, and everything, because sometimes it's very close on the scale.
Yeah, you want to go to maximum weight. It's a gravity sport, Mother Nature, but some teams like to go 5, 8, 2 or 3 kilos, 5, 8 pounds under, just to be safe, because, hey, if everybody has a big dinner the night before, it could be over. That's what happened to Todd Hayes. A good big breakfast, right? Todd Hayes and crew disqualified in Calgary, the first event of the year. Hayes is in 5th place in World Cup points. He'd be up there in 2nd or 3rd if he didn't have that disqualification.
But he can still get on the podium, John.
Yep. He's in 2nd place now. He maintains that. He probably will. There's that 116.4 speed we talk about. Italians know that they're gone. Czechs come out, pretty good time.
Best time in that heat. That's the overall time, combined time. 34 hundredths ahead of the Italians.
So the Czechs are in 1st place. We come back after the break. Well, in hockey, they have the Stanley Cup. In bobsledding, it's the Martineau Cup. It's been awarded since 1930. Andre Lung has won it 2 straight years. At the World Championships, he goes for 3 in a row. More speed after this.
Come on. Hi. Yeah, I'm about a half a block away, so I'll see you in an hour. All right, bye-bye. Let's move it back there, all right? Mommy's got an appointment. Come on.
Get you to your appointment. Want to keep your car running longer? Pour in Greased Lightning's engine treatment. Its advanced formula helps reduce friction while it protects the engine.
Are we there yet?
Knock it off. Greased Lightning. Works better, costs less.
Give me a backpack.
Smoking is not a normal, natural function. Putting a fire in your face and breathing the smoke in is something we would normally try to avoid. You got to ask yourself why current smokers tell non-smokers not to start. There's a reason for it. They get hooked. They can't stop. They don't like it. They want to quit. They spend the rest of their lives trying to quit. Tobacco companies want to make smoking look cool, but it's not cool. What is cool is bringing the best out in yourself, rising to your potential and accomplishing something real.
Monday night, Tony George. Tuesday night, Parnelli Jones. Thursday night, Dario Franchitti. Wednesday night, the guest liner-uppers are still working on that one. It's Wind Tunnel, the racing talk show, only on Speed Channel, 10 o'clock Eastern.
Welcome back to Innsbruck. Some of the season crashes. You won't see any of this in Igls, but this is a speed sport, and this stuff happens.
Ralph Rueck, Switzerland. Already 30 years old. Was very good as a junior. 1 medals there, 1 titles there. Then he came to the seniors, went to the podium a couple of times, won a race in St. Moritz. But now he's struggling this season. Couldn't hardly qualify for the 2 men.
Yeah, he's started 19th, which on this track, the track gets scratched up. The guys that go down early, Todd Hayes drew number 1. Threw a good time down, and that's a big advantage, drawing number 1 on this track.
So he's got the advantage now because he was only 13th, which means he's 3rd in the start order here for the 2nd heat. Start time, that's a big problem for the Swiss. 5:18.
Yeah, we talked about the other Ivo Rug coming up, Martin, and they'll get better start times than that, especially Ivo Rug. He's got a good start team. Ivo's his cousin. Ivo's brother Rado, we saw those two yesterday, Ivo and Rado competing against each other. And you can see the speeds up top, 50.3. That's relative to that start. 89.7's decent. He's -3. That's a good sign. How's he look here in the exit? A little flops it off there. Now -5. Pretty clean out of 9. 104. That's that clock we keep talking about for speed. 116 for 6/10 of that is the way you figure out miles per hour. So good time for Ralph Rug. You hear the Swiss bells. Not far from St. Moritz. Only a couple hours, 2.5 hours from St. Moritz. A lot of bobsled fans from Switzerland down here.
That wasn't 100% clean, but it was better than the first heat. So I wonder how long he can remain in the leader's box.
Well, the thing here is about the labyrinths. Watch this. Look at the head slapping. Boom. Boom. And then you just come into the big pressure in the finish corner. And there's the speed. The guy with the best, both the Czech and Rug had the best speed. And it's on the labyrinths. Now, Pierre Luder's, these guys had problems in the first heat, getting into the start, big bang. But here's the problem from yesterday. Luder's was dominating the World Cup circuit. First in Lake Placid and Calgary, fourth in Winterberg, third in Altenburg, first in St. Moritz Cortina. How could he lose? He got fifth yesterday, ended up 2 points behind Christoph Langen.
If he had equaled Christoph, then he had won the overall World Cup because he had more victories. So he lost it by 1 position or by 200ths of a second.
In the 5th race. Hard to believe that the guy misses 2 podiums. That's 3 firsts and doesn't win the World Cup title. He'd already won 5 previous 2-man World Cup titles. I don't think it would have been a good evening to be hanging out with Pierre Luder last night.
I wanted to have a beer yesterday with his coach, with Gerd Grimmer, but he said, no, I can't do it.
Very disappointing yesterday for the Canadians. In the first heat today, they hit hard in the first 50 meters, getting in the sled. A few obscenities at the bottom. -8, 89.4. Luders is going to need 104-kilometer speed to maintain this, and he's lost more time. This will tell us right here coming up if he's got that speed. 103.3. Going to be pretty tough. 116.4 is the next speed. Now he doesn't have that either. It's +2. Do the math. He doesn't have the speed in the bottom. He's probably going to lose by 6/800ths of a second. 10. This track's very predictable. You can sit there and do the math and figure out on the way down. It's a gravity sport. Once you lose that momentum, you start losing your time.
That's not the weekend of Pierre Luder's. First he lost the World Cup. And now he was struggling in the format. More in the first heat, which we didn't see.
Yeah, here's where his mistakes started here on the exit of Kreisel. Look at that little waver there in Kreisel. And they come in here.
Late.
Bang, there's their speeds. No speed out of the exit of Kreisel. World Championships in bobsledding. First time ever they've had all 5 disciplines on one track. Women's bob, men's, women's skeleton, 2- and 4-man bobsledding, all in Königssee, Germany. It'll be an exciting 2 weeks. It'll all be on speed.
Just got a lot more affordable during the Subaru all-wheel drive array.
Subaru, driven by what's inside.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
What do you think you're doing?
You're not the boss of me.
Hey, Susie, we got a different sitter tonight.
Oh.
You gonna buy it this time or what?
Oh, I'm working on it.
Saving up for overpriced electronics? Don't go there. Go Dell. Now you can get Dell quality in a sweet MP3 player for less. Check out the new Dell Digital Jukebox. For a limited time, it's just $224 after a 10% discount. And this Dimension desktop is just $499 after mail-in rebate and comes with a free digital camera and combo drive upgrade. A better way to get it all. Easy as Dell.
Speed Thursday, original series.
You get the engine, I get the transmission.
Real secrets.
Making it look good to making it look phenomenal.
Real hands-on.
Just like they do in NASCAR.
Chop Cut Rebuild, Thursday night at 7 Eastern on Speed.
Welcome back to Igls, Austria. The start in bobsledding, the pedal to the metal, the only way you can accelerate down the track.
And now the local, Wolfgang Stampfer from Innsbruck. Klaus Seelers, Andreas Bröller, Jürgen Meyer. They're also in the army. So they get a similar support like the Germans get. But, well, they're not that fast.
They don't get start times. There's our leaders, Rug, Ralph Rug of Switzerland. Pierre Luters is in second from Canada. Finish off a disappointing weekend for him. A Wallner sled. Where's this from?
Austria. It's here. They actually do very good chassis. They sometimes take cowlings from Germany, from German sleds, put them on the Wallner chassis. So you see, it's very similar to car sports, car racing.
Well, these things don't have an engine, and you're looking at about a $35,000 bill for the sled. Then you start talking runners. Those could be $3,000 to $5,000, depending on where you get them built, who you buy them from.
At least, John, at least. They're good runners, very good old runners. You pay a lot of money for those.
There's some Austrians screaming. And dead heat, not a good sign. The only chance he's got is 104.5 speed or so. Flops out of 9. No, doesn't have that 104 speed. Plus at the next clock. There it is. 116.6 is good, though. This could be tight. He did accelerate through the labyrinth. He's not his home track, plus 6. He lost 300s more back. Swiss moved up 4 places right now. And the local guy, Stampfler, he fell 1 more.
They have such a big history, the Austrians. But he got 1 medal at 1 European Championships a couple of years ago.
No, he had another one at Altenburg last season.
Oh, yeah.
Season
so 2 medals.
2 4-medal. 2 4-man medals and bronze medals. And now another Rug.
Ivo. Ralph's cousin. Daniel Mechler, fast. Beat Hefty and Christian Abley. And we see the Rugs here, Ivo and Reto, the brothers, and Ralph, the cousin.
Reto's the 2-man specialist. He's had some results, not this year, last year. But Ralph, more of a 4-man specialist, won a gold medal in St. Moritz last year in a 4-man. Hasn't really got on the podium much this year. So we got Rug versus Rug. Swiss versus Swiss. Cousin versus cousin here.
And the next one will be a Swiss team too. So
a
we'll
Reich
see
sled.
the Swiss show now.
It's a Reich sled. Christian Reich, bronze or silver medalist in 2-man bobsled from the 2002 games. Now coaching Monaco. Monaco's driving a Reich sled. Reich, one of these guys, very talented. And those drivers that come out and start building their own sleds, they have a great longevity in the sport as coaches. They sell equipment.
5:02 start time, so they lost 200s compared to the first heat, but they started at 5:0.
But big lead, 4,500, half second. On this track, that is an eternity of time. Down to 40, 89.1, 89.6. We've been saying, oh, that nose went up and down there in the Kreisel. Down to 34, 104 kilometers is the number we're going to have. Doesn't have it. 63 miles an hour in the labyrinth, 115. He lost a lot of time, but I think he had a lot of time in the bank. Yeah, he had enough. Wasn't a good run by Ivo Rug. He's the leader.
He was slower actually in this run than his cousin Ralph. Can go and have a shower. Ivo will take this place there in the leader's box.
Here's where his problem started. Kreisel. Watch this sled of it. Look at the nose of that sled go up and down a little bit right there. Then he dives. You can't really have that type of steering activity in that Kreisel. You've got to be really clean.
Sometimes I wish we had could draw a line there in the Kreisel. Then you would see it much better.
Here he is in the labyrinth. Sleds, heads slopping. You can see the quick change of direction, and there's the speed. 115 isn't what you want. 116 Stampfler had, but of course Stampfler knows the track. Ivo Rug's our leader. After the break, it's another Swiss, Martin Annan of Switzerland. Last time out, he won the gold in Cortina.
Attention welders. A recent medical journal study noted a possible link between exposure to welding fumes and Parkinsonism. If you or a loved one were exposed to welding fumes and have tremors, trouble walking, loss of balance, slurred speech, stiff or weak muscles, or have been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, call the law offices of James Sokolov at 1-800-211-0641. That's 1-800-211-0641.
Speed Tuesday Original Series.
Crank it up.
Souped up rides put to the test.
This car will do anything that you want it to do.
Join the sports car revolution.
Finally, your old lady's got a reason to watch Speed.
Tuesday night at 7:30 Eastern on Speed.
Randy Couture, a UFC legend. Vitor the Phenom Belfort is back. And he wants Randy's belt. Two of the UFC's most popular fighters collide in an epic rematch, this time for the UFC light heavyweight title. Miller Lite presents the Ultimate Fighting Championship, UFC 46, on pay-per-view.
Even as a kid, I believed in giving people more for their money. I'm Roger Riney. I started Scottrade to take care of online investors like nobody else. With $7 trades, no transaction fees on thousands of mutual funds, and offices nationwide. Click, call, or stop by Scottrade today.
Welcome back to Igls, Austria. Last World Cup was in Cortina. What Talladega is to the NASCAR circuit, Cortina is to bobsledding.
This is the next Swiss sled. Martin Annen, Andy Gase, Lampard, a new guy, and Cedric Grant is back after his calf injury. And you hear the bells again. He's got a big fan club, Martin Annen. He's a nice guy. He's a cheesemaker, actually.
Yeah, cheesemaker and a winner of a bronze medal in the two-man yesterday. So he's starting to come on for the World Championships. These guys had a terrible 2002-2003 season. The worst performance I've ever seen Switzerland have at our World Championships last year in the Classic. They came out early in the season. They were just as dismal. But after Christmas, they've been coming on.
And this is the next Reich sled. So Reich is something like the Mercedes of this sport. The Ferrari come a little later.
Well, Reich's got 2 sleds now in the top 8. He's got 3 sleds in the competition. And that looked like a smooth Chrysler. But this Annen is famous for not steering the sled. Pretty sloppy, but he's usually pretty fast. Doesn't have the 104 kilometers. Now he's going to need 116. Doesn't have that either. +5. Now you can say, do the math. And this will be a big upset for Annen to lose to Rogue. Look, he came back a little bit in the end. But Annen was no speed.
Look how close they were here.
300.
Only the fourth best time in this second heat. Second best time overall.
He's picked up a little time on the bottom from +5 to +3, but look at those head slap there. You know, watch when I say head slap, that's a bad exit of the corner. There too, a little bit of a bang. There, the speed was way off, almost a half a kilometer. And Ivo Rug, he'll take it. He's our leader. The Swiss bells are coming to the finish line. The first of 3 German sleds.
Matthias Höpfner from Riesa. Mark Kühne, Halle. Andreas and Stefan Parucha, 2 brothers from Potsdam. Where Kevin Kuske is from Potsdam. It's a town near Berlin. Kuske, the best pushman from Andre Lange's team.
We got 3 Swiss. Look at this. Rug, Annen, Rug. 3 Swiss right now.
And Höpfner's fighting for a place on the podium. Not in this race, on the overall podium.
3rd place in World Cup points. And he's got American Todd Hayes right on his heels. So he's going to have to improve here. 5:09. That means he's even with the Swiss at the bottom.
So Höpfner wanted to attack Subkov for the 2nd position in the overall World Cup, but Subkov is too far away. But now it's for the 3rd place and the 4th place between Hayes and him.
Yeah, with Hayes and Zubkov in front of him, he's got a, well, he went good. +5 to -2. Yeah, this guy's a good driver. He doesn't get the start times. Down to -10. 104.6 or so the speed's got to be. 104.5. Now you get onto the Labyrinth. He's going to have 116. 116.6. 2500s. He's accelerating away. So this will be our leader, Matthias Hafner, and he's more concerned about a good heat to have a chance to be in the top 3 of the World Cup overall standings. And that was a good run. And they like it.
They're happy. They're happy. They saw the result. They saw it on the scoreboard when you come to the tunnel, but they actually realized that when they were sitting in the sled, so not too much banks.
And here it is, the labyrinth. Look at the speeds. And Hafner had tied the best speed with Stauffer, which is why he's our leader. After the break, another German, Christoph Long, and he won the World Cup title yesterday. He's struggling today.
Just got a lot more affordable during the Subaru all-wheel drive away.
Subaru, driven by what's inside.
Introducing Quick Strip, the easiest and fastest wire stripper you'll ever use. Quick Strip is engineered to automatically size and strip virtually every wire in your home and car, from the smallest wire to those thick double-stranded wires instantly. Your regular wire strippers couldn't do this in their dreams. Just watch how Quick Strip easily strips not just one wire, but 2, 3, and 4 wires all at the same time. Use Quick Strip on lamp cords, ceiling fans, trailer lights, even coax. With Quick Strip, there's no guessing, no measuring, no pulling, no problem. And when you order today, you'll receive absolutely free the basics of household wiring, an instructional DVD showing you the secrets of the pros. We'll also include the Mini Quick Strip, designed for precision work in those hard-to-reach areas. It's perfect for the professional and do-it-yourselfer. It's yours free if you call now. That's Quick Strip, the Mini Quick Strip, and the instructional DVD, a $65 value, all yours for just $19.95. But you must call now.
I'm a control freak, and I wouldn't want to do anything like smoking where I may not be in control of myself. It's an addictive habit. If you want to be rebellious and you want to do something different from what all the other kids do, just find something you have a passion in, like sports, and push yourself as far as you can. Bobsledding is fast. It's exhilarating. You're going 85 miles an hour, pulling up to 4 or 5 Gs. I couldn't be an elite athlete if I smoked. Don't start smoking.
Hafner's our leader, but another German.
Christoph Langen and his team. Franz Sargmeister, Rafael Kruzecki, Alexander Metzger.
Yesterday, dramatic bobsled racing for the World Cup title. Lueders had the lead. Langen came in. Langen didn't have the good start time, but his second place finish was better by 3 places than Lueders' finish. Ended up giving him the World Cup title.
He's only once off the podium. That was in Lake Placid.
He's 41 years old. It's his own sled. Now, does he buy cowlings? What's he do?
No. He knows a lot of people from other companies who help him to build the chassis, to build the cowlings. But he develops everything on his own. So he's got experts, but he connects all the pieces for himself.
Well, the only part of his life that he has is bobsledding.
Yeah.
And
what can he do? We don't know if he's going to retire after the World Championships.
He says he is, and he's a favorite to win both 2 and 4. Again, his team is sitting at home resting, getting ready for the World Championships. Boy, he's +6. That's not good. And he's real sloppy out of curve 9. 104 kilometers, not the same speed as Hafner had. +9. 116.8, best speed in the bottom. This could be close. Oh, and you could see how happy Matthias Hafner is. He's 1 place closer to clinching a 3rd place World Cup finish.
Oh yeah, he needed to beat Christoph Langen. But, well, look at his face. But he doesn't actually have to care about this result because, form and World Cup, not important this year for him. He wants to win the most important race of the season. These are the World Championships on his home track in Bavaria in Königssee.
Look at the celebration here. Hoffner knows he's one more place away from finishing third in the overall World Cup standings. Now, this is the surprise sled. Giannis Minnis, who won last weekend, he won the Junior World Championships, which is for people under 25 years old. In Cortina, he won both 2 and the 4. There's our standings. Germans, top 2 spots.
But means he can destroy Hefner's dreams, getting a medal in the overall World Cup. The BTC sled from Latvia, from Riga.
Now this kid's never finished better than 6th or 7th. Yesterday he finished 7th, I think, in the 2-man. He's 23 years old. He's got a bright future. Decent start time. Great speed. He started 12th in the first heat, too, which was very impressive to have a time like he did. He's only 11 hundredths out of the lead. He's only 2 hundredths out of the silver.
I'm pretty sure this track lost by these 10 or 12 positions 1/10 of a second. So he could have been first or second after the first heat.
Skid 104.4, not bad. He had bigger speed up top, 117. First man we've seen with that number. This will be the leader. This is his best finish ever. This kid's a coming story. The Germans know they're gone, and they probably know that their chance of winning a World Cup bronze medal in the overall standings is also gone with that. Listen to this.
So Hefner's only hope is that Minins can beat Hayes.
Look at how excited he is. Latvian flags. Best result ever. No worse than 4th. But again, he started 12th in the first heat. The worst starting position of the top 4.
He isn't on the podium yet.
Ha! But he's happy.
Team Russia. Next sled, Alexander Zubkov, Selivestov, Golubyov, and Filip Yegorov. Now it's going to be very close. So he was ahead of Minins by 100th of a second. And Todd Hayes, who will be next, was 100th of a second ahead of Zubkov. So who will get on the podium and who won't?
And who will win a World Cup podium? Total points of the season. A lot of pressure here. First has already been decided. No doubt Andre Lange. A Dresden sled. They had the best start in the first heat.
The Russians are a bit sad that this Dresden sled factory gave those new sled, those beta versions to the French. They wanted to test them. They wanted to do it, but they didn't get them.
499. Best start. First team under 5 in the second run. They were the only team under 5 in the first run. 51 kilometers, about 30 miles an hour up there. -7 to -8. That's a good sign for the Russians. That's relative to their speed. Now, Minnis had 90 kilometers an hour there. Oh, down to -2. He's going to need that 104 number. He's in a skid. Doesn't have 104 speed. He's losing it back. 116.3. Minnis had 117. I think this is going to be a Latvian bronze medal. How many places is he going to fall? Third best time, but he beats Hoffner.
And that can be important for Todd Hayes.
Yeah, that's a really big deal right there for Zubkov to beat Hoffner. Now the question is, Hayes falls 3 places behind Hoffner, 2 places behind Hoffner. A disastrous run. Hayes will lose his position as second. Look at this skid. Look at that. Runner tips. After the break, the final 2 sleds. American Todd Hayes against his #1 rival in the sport, the German Andre Lange.
Watch as 10 pounds of dirt, sand, and gravel are poured in an open engine with no oil and no water, and it keeps running strong. What fantastic lubricant can withstand this kind of torture? It's Prolong engine treatment with patented technology so advanced it comes with a free lifetime engine warranty. Prolong can reduce friction and heat in your car's engine, helping you protect against costly engine wear and breakdowns, which saves you money. Call now to find out about the free lifetime limited product engine warranty. Prolong for the life of your car.
You and me are going to play some run and gun.
You're out of your damn mind.
The Shield, season premiere, Tuesday, March 9th at 10, only on FX.
Every time you smoke a cigarette, you're taking 7 to 11 minutes off your life. For the typical smoker, that can be as much as 10 years. You're nearly twice as likely to die of heart disease and almost 3 times more likely to die of cancer. By the age of 45, your lung function has already declined at 3 times the normal rate. If you're ready to quit smoking, we can help. We're the makers of Smoke Away, a doctor-recommended program developed to eliminate your cravings and have you smoke-free in just 7 days. It's all natural and nicotine-free. And best of all, it's guaranteed to work or your money back. Call us today. Thousands have already quit using Smoke Away. Shouldn't you?
I know it worked the first day for me. I quit overnight.
The first time I used it, I felt the cravings just go away.
Call 1-800-903-1823. That's 1-800-903-1823.
Next up, USA's Todd Hayes. He's joined by Pavle Jahanovic on the brakes, Steve Messler and Bill Schuffenauer. And Todd Hayes, we asked him, does he like 2-man better than 4-man or 4-man better than 2-man?
You know, I don't know if it's the equipment or the start or, you know, but it seems like I'm doing a lot better in 4-man. I have a little better feel of the 4-man. And, yeah, right now I'm enjoying the 4-man a lot more.
Go, fellas. Come on, guys. And now the American team going for a medal in this race and going for an overall medal.
In the World Cup title.
He needs to be first, then he beats Höfner.
Good load. 4.99. Good start time there. Now, the Bodine sled. 51.2, best speed. The Latvians look on. They've got a medal. They can't do any worse than third. But they're only 200s behind Hayes. Next clock will give us a good idea. 91. That's a good sign there. Hayes had problems in the first heat. The exit of Chrysler. Up to 14. Anything around 104.5 is good. The speed. 104.0. He might be giving some time back here. He is. 117 kilometers is fast. Could be close. 900. So the United States wins the silver medal in this competition. Todd Hayes will jump 2 places and finish in 3rd place in World Cup points. Great pressure run by Todd Hayes of Del Rio, Texas.
Got it. All right, 99 start. 91st, first place. 900 by 900.
There's their coach, Brian Scheimer, bronze medalist from the games in Salt Lake in 2002. And he didn't have that speed, Ron, but down here in the Labyrinths, he got it going back.
Well, that's the high-speed part of this track, and that tells us something about the aerodynamics of this sled.
Yeah, the best speed on the bottom part. The Bodine sleds, a lot of NASCAR technology. Frank Brigley in the left, Tuffy Latour on the right. They celebrate, and Hayes goes to the leader's box. Lenny Kosten, the manager of the team, gives them the times, and now the German juggernaut.
Is there any doubt about his victory here today?
He won both events last year here. FES Berlin.
I think he already won 4 four-man races on this track. So, and he's coming with his World Championship team. So no rest for these boys.
497.
And that's what I said after the first heat, but they only started at 5.0. Now they want to be faster.
Wow.
Andre Lange and his team.
Wow.
Udo Lehmann, Kevin Kuske, René Hoppe.
This guy has won 5 out of 6 four-man races this year. He only had a second in Cortina. He hadn't lost in like 8 straight races dating back to 2003 in St. Moritz. He went over a year without losing to that second place in Cortina. He's the defending world champion, the defending Olympic gold medalist, and he's still young. And he's flying down to the bottom part of the track. First guy to get over 117 kilometers. This is another victory for Andre Lange.
So Trubner, his coach from Oberhof, celebrating with the German sled mechanic, Steiny. And
Well,
one more victory.
He almost makes it boring. But, you know, next week at the World Championships in Koenigsegg,
This will be a different story, John.
he doesn't do well on that track. Something about he crashed as a junior loser there, and he just doesn't do well on that track. He'll have a lot of pressure on him next week. But he'll celebrate the moment, doing what he's been doing for a couple years now, dominating four-man bobsledding. 6 out of 7, 8 out of 9 races, Ron, including the World Championship. That's not bad.
He needs a lot of space home for trophies and medals.
Boys, he got some hardware. There's his prototype brakeman, Ice Age, Kevin Kuska. Look at them. They aren't that excited. They know it's just another day at the office.
They won the title before, so they knew it before. There was just one more test run for the World Championships for them.
Yeah, but the best start time in the last heat. I mean, the guy just knows how to do it. German coaches, might not be that story for Andre at the World Championships, though. Doesn't do well on that track.
But you never know, John. You never know what happens.
But here in Innsbruck, the FES Berlin sled had everything going for it. Here's our final results.
Andre Lange, Torres, Yannis Minis. So Hepsner only 5th. So Hayes could catch him. Christoph Langen only 6th. Rueg, Annen Rueg, the Swiss block, and Stampfer 10th. A bit disappointing on his home track.
We'll come with the interviews after this.